Alright guys, welcome back to part 10, act 10 of our PoE playthrough. So, one thing I just noticed, I think I accidentally picked this up. This is brand new, this is a bone ring. What does a bone ring do? Bone ring gives some sort of elemental, I guess, resistances as the implicit. I don't know if that's always the same, but I know you can get damage, you can get different things. I don't know if this is worth anything. It doesn't even, I can't even scan this item to see how much it's worth, but I don't know if these are going to be worth a lot or if they're going to be worth nothing because no one wants to play minions. I think it's cool looking though. It looks cool. It's a cool transmog at least. But let's go ahead and start. So we gotta go save Bannon at the very beginning, and we just gotta go to the cathedral rooftop. We're gonna take a sharp left, and yeah, we'll get some content down. This is the final act of the game. Awesome, awesome. We don't need any upgrades either, so it's gonna be fast in terms of gear. Woo! Yeah. Look at this boss. It's deleted instantly. Great stuff. And we'll get some more stats soon. So we're gonna go meet him back at the docks. We can actually, I think you can skip out on it. I don't think you have to talk to him. Oh, we didn't actually do the mirror mechanic last time. Oh well. Do we have one right now? Heck, let's do it right now. This is, I mean, it's the Act 10 lake. Let's see if we get some good reward. Because I'm gonna try to do this at least once every time. You know, last time we didn't do one. Oh, whoa, whoa, I can definitely tell you the damage is like, whoa, what are these items? Why is it all cultist vestments? What the heck? They're all cultist vestments. I don't know if that was a modifier that was like thrown on or it's just crazy coincidence. Where's the shrine? There we go. From the shrine. Strong box is pretty cool. Okay. A stream of monsters, so we get like 3. Okay, cool. A 2 sun ring. Are we finally gonna get an upgrade? Let's find out. Ooh, triple essences. That's kind of nice. Ooh, some of these could be kind of hard to be honest. What is this crystal skin thing? That thing. That thing is gonna. That one-shotted me. Okay, well, there's our first death kappa. Alright, let's go throw on, what do we need? What's the last one? We need ice. Okay, we got the whole squad now. Good. So, watch out for that. Those sentinels inside of essences. I heard people talking about them on Twitter, and they're saying that they're way overpowered. I mean, if it kills me, I would say it's probably pretty strong. But if we die, it's no big deal. We're playing softcore. The only death penalty in this game that you'll get is you will lose out on some experience. Now, it doesn't really matter early game. Late game, when you're like the 90 pluses, it matters because the XP at like 90 plus is terrible. Like, it gives you very, very little XP. Realistically, even if you play the game for a pretty decent amount of time, most people will tire out at about like 95-ish, and that's like when you play a decent amount of the game. And that's because like most people will eventually die, but like even most of my characters, like they'll hit like 95, and I'm pretty much, I finished all the content in the game. Like you can literally kill every single, like almost every single mechanic in the game, with the exception of maybe like doing like waves of delirium, and you'll be pretty high unless you're consistently dying. Alright, so in terms of where we need to go, all those occultist investments. Okay. We gotta get some essences. Yeah, these maybe are going to be way too strong. I just noticed that like the amount of HP and how much he was, like how tanky that was, that's like more tanky than like an act boss. Like maybe they juiced these monsters up too much. Like, we will be killing bosses faster than these guys. Like I'm talking end of the act boss. So might be something that they consider. They actually nerfed them like before. They nerfed them I think twice. The arch nemesis modifiers. But like maybe they shouldn't belong on essence monsters because those ones are already gonna have stats. Ooh, we got some uniques. Let's see what we get. Okay. Is that the end of it? Okay, I think we're at the end of this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually exit and then re-go back in, and then we're gonna go on the right side this time because we didn't complete. Did we complete the right side? Oh, we did. I think we did. Okay, because I see that it's like already revealed. All right, so we're just gonna go to the right now.
By the time we're through,
You don't have to complete the immortal certificate. So which one is this? Is extra alley res? Oh, is that what most extra resistance is? Oh, what's our res at? Oh, it's just basically lightning that we don't have maxed out res on. Like, watch this Mortal Syndicate. Look that we killed it in like maybe 1 second, and that's supposed to be like an elite monster, and you saw how long it took us to kill the other ones, right? So those things, in my opinion, are way overtuned. If they give us like insane loot, but like for the campaign, things should not be that difficult, especially for like a new player. So I think that was kind of a questionable like decision in terms of game difficulty. Alright, we're at the Ravaged Square. This is where we actually need to be. And we're gonna go to the Syndicate Laboratory. Just kidding, no. Let's see. Get that waypoint. I think it's about somewhere around here. This area has a lot of different areas that we'll need to like go to that are all kind of linked to this one area. Career soldiers. I have to click on it. Oh, did the whole thing change after the first one? I didn't know if it re-rolls like all the choices after we select the first tile. It's not like stacks of 2 tiles each. I think. I'll double check after. I just kind of click on it because I want to just go fast. So I want to try to see how fast we can complete this act. I want to say it's pretty short, usually. So that is the brother core, which we'll go to most of these areas, but I would like to get the waypoint here first, so I don't have to walk through that whole area again. So we'll go try to get the waypoint. The audio's having the bug. I don't think it's here, because this is going to be Vilenta's Vengeance, which is a quest that we will do. But I guess if we reveal the area, it's not necessarily a bad thing. As long as we keep on coming back to it to refresh it so it doesn't, like, expire in the area. Okay, it's definitely going to be that way. A little, like, small thing. But I want to get the waypoint here. Which I hope it's not super far away. Oh, it's a small gap right there that we can go through. Waypoint all the way to the top. Let's see. We pretty much cleared out this area. I mean, unless it's like right there. I doubt it's right there though. Alright. I know eventually we come across an area that we can't go to. It's close by. There we go. There's the waypoint. It's a huge area. So we actually have to go to several different areas. So over here is the Ossuary. So there's a Trial of Ascendancy over here. So we'll go to. Actually, do we? Go, yeah, okay, we have to go here.
When I'm ready, and not before. Life is short. Deal with it.
Okay, get those. And as far as the Animate Guardian, we'll use that mechanic maybe later. I'll check out how expensive some of the items are, but it can give us like some increased damage. The only thing that sucks with the Animate Guardian is if you don't have any minion life and it dies, it feels bad. What's new this league? Oh, hello, Manaray. To answer your question, there's these new mirrored tablets, and basically you have these different things that you put on, and once everything is maxed out, you can go enter. I just clicked on it. We'll interact with more, and I'll kind of read more of them if you want to see it. But basically, you have to fill up all of these tiles, and once you fill up all of these tiles, it can be anywhere from, I think the lowest is maybe 4 tiles. And then it can go up to, I don't know, maybe 12. It looks like it can expand as you progress in the game. But once you fill up those tiles...
Much clutter.
No, we have to collect this, but I'm just going to collect it anyways. Since we're already here. But once you collect all the tiles, you can go enter in like a brand new area. Oh, here's the Trial of Ascendancy. But as far as the mechanic goes, and like since we have Immortal Flesh, like Immortal Flesh will literally just let us walk through everything. Because it's too much regen, and these, I want to say these do a % damage no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter, you can have quadrillion thousands of HP and it still does damage. Unless you have regen, and at that point it's just going to regen, because like the % that I'm regenning is just so high. Right now it just doesn't matter. Like, I can literally sit here, and normally like these things would do a massive amount of damage. Like, you shouldn't be standing in this. But like, you can see my HP, it doesn't dip. So there's the lab, that area's done. And go back.
That would just bank now that you have returned.
We have a abandoned reward, so we can take another flask with Onslaught, see if it rolls something better. I don't really need this right now. I just want to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, one of them has a reward. I think it's Whalem. You get passive respect points. Grab those. You can use the respect points later. Finding the teardrop is actually worth it because it'll open up the door for a bunch of skill points. So we're going to go back to the Ravage Square. Like I said, this is basically like a hub for a lot of different areas. So this is the main area. And since we revealed it, we know exactly kind of where to go. We started off over there. But yeah, this area is very, very large. One thing that kind of sucks though, if we've already like kind of discovered where most of the things are, I want to say this map is relatively the same. Like the boss is going to be over here. Well, one of the bosses that we have to defeat for our skill point is always here. That's the quest line called what is it? Vilenta's Vengeance. Where's this one? Oh, it's not here. Oh, it's the one next over. But like this one over here is probably going to be the tier. And oh no, that's yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get this. This quest is technically optional, but it's highly recommended because this gives you access to almost all the skills in the game. It's a big chunk. Then we're gonna get the waypoint here. We're actually just gonna get the waypoint here because I don't want this area to reset. And we'll do this one, and then we'll TP back to make it a little bit more efficient for time. I doubt that one's gonna take a long time, but I think it's smarter to do it this way. It doesn't really matter though. You can go complete that one, then go walk down here to do this one. Oh, we got the waypoint right here too. Cool. And if you want to, this is one thing you can do. So I can go back to the docks. Depending on your PC speed. If you have a really bad PC, maybe don't do this. But the flasks reset, so I basically can kind of go faster because my flasks are up full. We're killing elites basically in 2 hits. Technically, our thing has spell echo, so each attack hits twice, but basically, if we cast it two different times, it hits 4 times. So it's basically 2 casts is killing stuff. And if that's the case, we're doing good. This is one of the loops. Contract. Some of these can be worth like 1 chaos orb. Oh, there's a Tujin. Alright, well, you guys know how it goes. If it's Tujin, it's a requirement. We gotta do it. Rare armor. What do they mean to? fire damage. So specifically look at the ones in yellow. We're gonna make this like one kind of hard. Okay, let's go. We rolled all of the modifiers. Ooh, a level up, nice. These next 2 levels are gonna be great. Ooh, exotic pointage, that's great. Ooh, something's doing good damage to us. I mean, our regen is pretty good, but we still need to be able to make sure we take the damage effectively. But later we will roll off that like that life recuperation. It's not really required. I still like it though, but it's something that a lot of people will drop. For the campaign though, it is so good because like most of the mechanics that will get you killed in this game at the end game, once your build is like relatively good, is going to be a one-shot. We're going to the arena now. So here's Vilenta. Don't stand in the line of the giant beams. And he's going to be dropping some like air strikes, so just don't be right behind him. It's kind of hard sometimes because I feel like he's fast. I don't even feel like you can really dodge that realistically. Like if he's coming down, like you're taking it. Oh, I don't even have this thing on right click. I was like, dude, what the heck is my galvanic field? That's the new skill. Yeah. There's the galvanic field. Boom. Just popped. Now we're done with this.
That would just make life complicated.
Now I already have that other like waypoint area. There's also do we need to do 3? I have like all my notes on the side. We did Vilenta's Vengeance. We did the Trial, and then we have the End of Hunger, which is the very final thing. So we're actually good. We can give the well, we're gonna go get the tier first. So we're gonna get the tier, and then that will pretty much round off the quest here. We'll also go put a point in here. I want to get the increased effective shot. So now the enemies basically take 15% more damage. Well, it's an up to 15 because it has to roll max effectiveness of shot. On the small enemies, yeah, it's going to be every single time. And we're not even at our triple damage that gets multiplied times like 400 yet. So our damage is just going to go up through the roof very, very soon. I mean, we're still in the campaign and our damage on the sheet is like 50,000. Like, that's pretty good. And eventually what I'm going to get also is Rampage. Rampage is really good for speed. So we're gonna go way, way, way faster. We're gonna drop our boots because like even though like these boots, not even close. Nothing comes close to this except for 7 League, which is like over 100 times the price of my boots. Like these boots, the boots we have are basically free. We got the tier, so we're good. I'm gonna go back. She's like, thank you. Here's a pass. Well, we got the passport from the other thing first, but I have no room. So let's go ahead and go to the stash. And you can have what's called a dump tab. So this is what I'm just gonna use as a dump tab for the sake of just doing it. I have an essence tab, so it's gonna absorb or whatever is like the affinities. It's gonna absorb it. But usually what happens is you just throw everything in like a tab, and what that will do is you can basically just clean up your stuff, just go fast. This thing can sell for 4, so we're gonna go sell this for 4. There's price 4 chaos orbs. I could use it if I want to as well, but it's fine. I don't plan to use the mechanic really anyways. So we got the tier. I always get the leather belt because it has life. It can roll with life plus life. That's great, but the rest of the stats are terrible. Just get rid of it. Don't need it at all. So, oh, we gotta get our reward. That's right. Lonnie's got it. Vilenta reward. Take that. And if we want the Bannon reward, we can grab the Onslaught one to see if it rolled better than ours. So it has maximum charges. Okay, cool. Maximum charges is great, but I like the oh, chance to freeze shock and ignite. Oh, I don't actually really need that. Wouldn't we deal? It doesn't really matter. They're both like okay. But giving it an additional 31 charges is nice because that means I can use it twice. Because it uses 40, and that's 80 versus 40 and lets me use it twice. If that makes any sense. It's just nicer for certain boss fights because on boss fights sometimes you may not get the ability to get more flash charges. But we can start pathing off over here. There's another set of lightning nodes, but this is for crit. We can get that, or we can get this over here. Elemental Overload is actually pretty good too. So you get at least 10% crit. It's like 40% more damage, but you no longer crit. But there are certain other things in the game where it's like if you crit, you get certain thing. And it's also 2-point investment where I can just get more crit if I want to. But I definitely want to go here because eventually we're going to get double curses and I'm going to have things auto cast, and I like getting this because I'm lazy, but also we can get more life if we go this way. If you just want to type in anything, like for example, if you want life, you scroll down, there's extra life down here. We can actually consider maybe going down this route because glancing blows is something that I do really like to get because you can get life recovery on block, and then that really increases their survivability by a lot. We can also look at getting extra jewel sockets. So that's like over here, we have a jewel socket. We're going to grab this one. But it's kind of up to you on, for the most part, on what you feel like you need in terms of the build. Like, how do you feel like it? How is it feeling? Is it feeling like it's good? Is it feeling like there needs to be more damage? I feel like damage is really easy for this build. Like, damage was just super fast. But the other thing that we can get, we can look at other like mastery, so we can get increased auras from your skills have increased effect. That's another nice thing to have. If you want, there's some small elemental damage here. There's increased effect of non-damaging elements. That could be okay as well. It's more shock effectiveness if that's what you want to go for. There's a lot of nice life nodes over here, but at this point, I mean, I could just spec out for life. I feel like our damage is just insane, and I would like to just go here, grab these life nodes. We can go over here, grab other. There's energy shield knife, but I want to grab this one first because if I get lucky and I get the shield that I want, which is recovery on block, then I'll be ready for it. But anyways, now we got to go back over here to the rabbit square, and we need a certain item, and this. Oh, dang! The item or the area reset. Okay, so now we got to go for the desecrated chamber of innocence, which. I think it's this way. Ah, there it is. I think. Ah, gotta go this way. So this is the last thing that we need to do for this act, and then we get to fight the final boss, and then we get 2 extra skill points for defeating that boss. And we see in these little mines. We'll talk more about the mines later. I'll talk about all the, for the most part, I'll at least engage in most league mechanics once, so you guys like not this league, but just league mechanics in general. So now we're at the Torch Courts, because now we're fighting the final boss. Well, we're on our way to get an item that lets us then try to fight the final boss. But we'll see if we die in the final boss or not. Because that death, it doesn't really count. Like, that death was, like, insane. Like, the fact that we got, like, you see how strong we are in most of these scenarios. I'm, like, standing in, like, AoE, and then that thing just one-shots. And it was an absolute, just melted me. Sometimes, though, when you get one-shot, you're actually not getting one-shotted. But I'll show you how to prevent getting one-shot. And the reason why I put it in quotations is a lot of times you think you're getting one-shotted. It's actually several different hits from, like, maybe multiple enemies. Oh, they do change. Oh. Just noticed that. Okay. Well, still picking up the 2-stun ring. We have 1 ring that's absolutely terrible at this point. Well, that guy was really tanky. Oh, he comes back when he dies. Almost a little bit of lag there. Ice Column. We might actually have to re-level up a brand new Ice Column. And the reason why I say that is because we're going to get some new boots. And these new boots are going to look, that we want, are going to have life. They're going to have maybe armor. I don't know how much spell suppression you can get anymore. It's gotten nerfed, so we might not even go for any spell suppression. Which spell suppression, what it does is it makes it so you take a amount less of damage. It's basically, it becomes half at default. Spell suppression means, well, when you have 100% spell suppression, which if you're getting spell suppression you're going to want, you'll be able to take half damage from spells. For us, the only thing that really will kill us is physical damage from like large one-shots. But we'll be getting an item called the Taste of... it's called the Forbidden Taste. And we won't even have to manage it. It automatically will push the button itself as long as we have our chaos resistance high enough. Right now our chaos resistance is -22, but it's going to go even more negative. But it's just part of the game. But that'll be something for a little bit later. But What it does is if you take what's called a savage hit, which is like 10 or 15% of your maximum HP in damage, it just automatically activates. Then it's usually with large boss attacks, large physical attacks, or lightning attacks that will get you killed in this game. Or is it 65 or 68? Okay, not too bad, not too bad. We'll do the final lab too, very, very soon. What do we got over here? Stealing ore? Okay, that's worth like 2 chaos orbs. It's great, especially early on. Let's grab this eternal life flask because it's going to be a little bit better. We don't have the things to roll on it. Okay. Everyone's all dead. Now he got reassembled. You'll notice a lot of times in this game, a lot of the bosses, they always come back. They're back for more. Dang, look at that damage. That DPS is chunky. Look, he barely got to do like 1 attack on this build. It's superb. We're just rolling in content. Now we gotta talk to Bands. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. And then we go over here, the cathedral rooftop. We take a sharp left turn once again. I think we're supposed to talk to him about how to defeat Katava, but do I actually have to talk to him? Oh, look, that was an elite. Like, yeah, that one thing that killed us like had an insane amount of HP. Oh, might actually have to talk to him.
For freedom.
Oh, you know we're supposed to go to Katava's horns. Not there. That's the first time we engage him. Now what we're supposed to do is we're going to go back to the Ravage Square, which is the center hub, and then we take a top right turn. Now he opens it up. And this area is actually pretty long. I don't like it. Yeah, it's about half an hour. It's pretty fast. Probably do the trial in this one as well. Let's see if we can do trial first try. Look at this thing. These things are just so tanky. Like the special named like elite monsters in this game, we kill in like 1 hit, while these arch nemesis modifiers are like stronger than bosses. It's crazy. Well, we can open up this one. Sure. I mean, if I don't open it up, it's just kind of like a waste, right? Because we're going to be getting to the maps. The next one that we're going to be doing is probably going to be on maps. Let's go straight to the shrine so we can get that first. Oh, these things are incredibly tough in terms of how much damage they're dealing. No. Whew. Yeah, these things do insane amounts of damage. Why aren't they taking any damage either? Like, is there one of those? Sometimes there's monsters in this game where it says, like, nearby allies cannot be killed, and it's, like, the most annoying thing in the game. Oh, I think there is something there. There's, like, nearby allies cannot die or cannot be damaged. It's one of those text lines. Is this? Like, you see how, like, nothing's damaging them, right? Which one is it? I don't know what's going on here. Something is just not taking any damage. What the heck is going on over here? I can't damage it. What's going on? I mean, it seems like the herd is thinning. I don't know what's going on in this one, to be honest. Oh, is it the shrine? Oh. There's that divine shrine where, like, you can't be damaged. That's what it was. There was something weird going on, and I could tell because I'm just like, what's going on? now we can't die for like 30 seconds, which is a really nice effect. Nothing good so far on that one. So we just did the shrine. We're going down and then to the left. That's what I want to do. But it's hard to even see like the ability to click on that shrine when there's so many enemies. So yeah, we just had to click on the shrine so that we got the shrine. So then their effect went away. So can you like attack these monsters before like they even are able to attack you? Because they're like coming out of the ground, right? So this one will have a reward. I'm wondering how good these like chest rewards actually are. All right, or because we're at the very end of the game, I want to see what these rolls are. Skill point, but I think we were going down here. We're to get more like life and reducing the cost of skills. And the reason why we want that is because we're gonna have something that auto cast for us, and we need to meet a threshold where it can still cast. Because what happens is the spells that we cast with this thing that automatically casts, it costs more mana. So like this only costs 31, but certain other things may cost more mana that we want. Specifically, like what we're gonna be getting, we can get like a hydrosphere. That's a big chunky amount of damage. We can get hydrosphere. We can get what is it? Exposure. That's a wave of conviction. We can get something else too. You can actually get a different curse in there as well. Because getting the double curse hit rings that we want with negative lightning resistance will probably not come very fast. Okay, this is the last one. That was the last one. Okay. So it was kind of meh in terms of rewards. That was Act 10. Oh, you're playing Sigma. Oh, you're playing Overwatch. Nice. But yeah, this area of the canals is really long. I mean, we're literally fighting the final boss. So a lot of games will just kind of like make the final boss kind of feel real epic if it's nice and long, right? We'll try to do the lab on this one too, because this one's really short. If we get some extra time. But yeah, this boss we may die on. The reason why is because it's just it's totally fine to die on this boss. You will have to reactivate your buffs, but oh wait, yeah, we have all the buffs set up. Just making sure because we're coming up to it real soon. We'll see though. I don't think we'll have too much problem with degens. And it's not like we're playing on hardcore. There's no penalty for dying. One more stretch, I think. Oh, that was like a freeze. Oh, haste. We'll pick up that one. Anything else good? Corrupting fever. Unless I'm using it like a level 18 gem won't really sell for anything. You can sell like a level 20 gem sometimes for like a chaos, depending on what it is. The haste one maybe we can make use. Do I have this empty socket? Oh, I don't have the dex for it. I'm lucky. It was really fun leveling up with Arc. I would definitely do this again. Like, it was so, the whole thing was super smooth. There are sometimes when you try out new things, like, you know, we're using Galvanic Field, where, like, it just sucks. I mean, primarily Arc is our damage, but, like, you can't use any of the new skills to actually be the primary source of damage. They're not even designed for that. Because I have to actually cast another skill for this. I don't think it matters, but we can make a portal here. So he's just going to do his little swipe attack. He's going to put fire on the ground. Just don't stand in the fire. %56 effect. Okay, so our damage is like really good still. We're getting 56%. Just gotta grab him. Here, I'll move over here so you guys can see it a little bit better. So that thing does damage over time, don't stand on it. That also does damage over time. We have great recovery, so as long as we move out of it relatively soon, we'll be okay. But sometimes people can degen out of it real fast. Don't stand on the giant X's. So the heart comes out, it's exposed, deal damage to it. Look at that. It's insane amounts of damage. Like, he's usually supposed to summon a bunch of things, you kill the things. Ooh, that thing is damage too. I was on the wrong side. Generally, you want to stand in the middle and then wait for something to kind of happen, and then you react to it. You can move over here. Oh, the whole area is basically covered for a second. Boom, the heart comes out.
May a new dawn arise.
Whew. Okay. Now it's over. Now we're going to go to the Oriath docks. So let's go ahead and go in the Oriath docks. And basically, it's going to be like, woo, you did it! And everyone's like, congratulations, you're so awesome. But the most important thing is getting this 2 passive points. Because we're going to go and slam these points in. And go bam, bam. So we get extra life and reduced cost of skills. And then we're going to go and set sail from Oriath. But before I do that, because I want to reserve that for like my end game, because I'm going to still upload some videos on the end game. The thing that I want to do now is we're going to actually go back. We're going to actually have a lot of different resistances, but it's fine. I think it will be a-okay on the lab. Let's go ahead and do the last lab over here. But you'll see that your resistances do change. So we're going to do the Merciless lab. You can go to, you can just Google PoE lab and it'll kind of tell you a brief rundown of like the lab of the day. But this one is going to be a little bit more difficult. It will be a little bit longer. But like, it's funny, like the only time we died on this full playthrough was literally just that one random like monster. It wasn't even like an elite boss or anything. But some of these layouts will be different, but overall the whole experience will be a lot longer. But with Immortal Flesh, I'm actually really happy with that result. If we want to, we could respec out. But if you want to, you could probably do it. I probably would recommend you guys to actually do this. So respec out of like the increased damage of non-ailments, and then go for increased res, because you're going to have negative resistances if not. Well, less resistances. We'll get some stuff that gives us more resistance later, but for now, this will be okay. We definitely need to replace this ring. I got this basically at level 23, and I used it all the way to the end game. All it gives us 2 resistances, which is nice, and some cast speed. But pretty much as you progress in the game, you want your things to have life. Like every single piece of gear will have life. Our boots are actually terrible for this. Probably should have removed the boots, honestly, before doing this. The reason why I probably should have is because the boots actually make us take more damage by a decent amount too. So if we get hit, what's our phys damage reduction? 31%? Okay, maybe bringing in a granite flask wouldn't be bad. We'll drop one of these quicksilver flasks and throw in a granite flask. And we can do that at one of the little checkpoints. So you want to click on these, check out where we're going. So this area doesn't lead us anywhere, so we're gonna not go here. This is where like reading the map actually becomes more important. Otherwise, you might go to an area where you don't actually get to the next area. Some of these switches, by the way, will do nothing. It's part of the game. I just touch them all anyways, though, and I see what happens. Let's see where we gotta go. Well, again, that mortal flesh plus the stone golem is like all the trap mechanics are just basically ignored, which is great. Okay, so if I want to, I can go back. I'm pretty confident that we'll be okay, at least on the first one. Like, I'm not even worried about it. The last one is kind of like nasty, but what we want to do is get wherever I put the granite flask in is one of these. Where did I put it? Jade flask, basalt. Where's the granite flask? You can also use your arrow keys to find the stash tab that you're looking for. Did I not save any of the granite flasks? There's no way I got rid of them all. Oh, there's right here. There we go. So, increased armor effect. Okay, so we're going to drop one of these for this, and it's going to be much better. This is actually going to be better than that. So if I want to, this is where, like I was talking about, like if you want to go back into a room to get your flash charges, this is an option. Dang, it just had to be this one, didn't it? It's like the only one that like is like not good to do this on. Okay. Oh, no, we didn't get enough for a flash charge. So we're actually like going backwards now. Dang, really? It's one of those? It didn't want to give me an easy one. I'm literally just going here for flash charges. Those ones are going to have like the knives that go down. It's fine. Sometimes you might get a bad one. This is good. It doesn't always happen that you get like a bad one, or it's like you cannot actually realistically get the thing done. But hello, Prophecy. How you doing? It's going good. We just finished the campaign for the most part. And we'll talk more about endgame in a moment. But hello, Roy. How you doing as well? So these ones, these smaller monsters, you may want to actually destroy. Otherwise, he gets like some bonuses. It's kind of up to you if you want to destroy him or not. But remember, do not get hit by that thing. So it tells you what it does. Oh, the text is kind of fast. I gotta keep on moving though, because he can hit really hard. If he jumps on us and hits us, it could be a pop. You're dead. Okay. These areas are pretty much straight on from here. Ooh, is it a chaos orb? Oh no. Orb chances are great though in the very beginning, like an early game, because they'll give us a bunch of like free maps. Well, by free I mean you like buy them for them, but oh, this is so easy for this. Yeah, if you don't have Immortal Flesh, I really think it. Well, I mean, if you're already doing this thing, it might be kind of too late. But I could highly recommend Immortal Flesh. In fact, in most of my play sessions, I'm gonna get that item every single playthrough. It makes it so much easier for like recovery. Like, it's like constantly having a potion just like automatically activated. I don't think I'll use it in the far end game though. Like we'll swap off of it for sure, but for now it's great. We'll probably use it to like maybe even red maps. Like it's awesome. In fact, I could use it in the end game as long as it has that negative. I need to get one that has negative 25 resistances though, and I'll explain more. I know I keep on talking about negative resistances because it's how we're gonna build our character. Oh. Oh, it doesn't even really do too much damage at all. As long as the stone golem doesn't die. If the stone golem dies, then it could be bad. But we're good for now. Alright. So we're here. We need to go to the, like, it's kind of to the right. So this might not be the correct passage because it's to the left. And I was right. So we're going to actually go back. And this time we're going to go, like, towards the top. Unless the top is too difficult. Sometimes areas can just be too difficult. If there's any puzzles, I don't do the puzzles. I don't like doing the puzzles. There's some puzzles where it's like you activate this switch, but it closes this switch. It's like a game called Lights Out, where like this one turns off these lights, but these ones turn on these lights, and you have to do it in some kind of correct order. I'm just like, I ain't got time for these games. So I mentioned before we want the granite flask. Since you can't really keep it up the whole time, realistically. Activate it when you hear him do something. It's like the best way I can put it. Like, see how he's making a sound? That's my best suggestion. So he hit us for about half right there. And he is gone already. Our damage is really nice. I mean, he has like some small animation where you can't like kill him before he does anything. I don't think. I think he will always like, he'll have to do his level of dialogue. Like regardless. So, I mean, I think you can like damage him enough, but he'll still like do this little thing where he has to talk. But we're coming up to the very last one. Very last one. So save your flasks. Except for the movement one, I guess you can use that actually on the boss too. But it all comes down to this. Hopefully we won't have to do it twice. If you have to do it twice, heck, we'll do it twice. I mean, if I mess up, it's good. It's probably better that I maybe mess up. Now, I'm not gonna like try to mess up on purpose, but I'm saying like, because most people that do Azara for the first time, he is challenged. He's scary. He's like one of the bosses. There's only the boss that even scares me. The reason why is because like if you die, it does matter here versus in the other areas. Like it does not matter if you die. This one it doesn't really matter which way we go because there's an area with a key here. I don't have the key, but if you want to grab the key, you can get like some sort of bonus. But you don't really want to farm this area anyways. Some people like to farm this as a form of endgame content. Don't click on those, by the way. That was a really bad idea. We actually got cursed with silence, which makes it so we cannot actually cast anything. That could have been a dangerous one if I didn't have Immortal Flesh. All right, so we're on the final one. We've got our flasks up. We're ready to go. So this one is like, oh, this was not too bad. Sometimes you can get, this was not too bad. It's like these, I just ignore it because like I don't, it's fine. Whew, that was big damage. We killed him pretty fast on that one. So our damage is really good. Alright, woo! We only had one key. Ooh, got a helmet. Alright, so the good one is the helmet one. The helmet enchantment is like the one that people actually really want. I guess adding extra fire damage is like better than nothing. I mean, we don't really benefit off of fire damage. Tectonic Slam doesn't do anything. I mean, avoid being stunned if you've killed recently is actually okay too. I mean, I don't do fire damage. It's like irrelevant. I don't really care. I don't have an item that I want to throw that on. We're going to touch the Altar of Ascendancy. Boom, we're done. And we're going to get one of the best nodes in the game. It's like pretty much the reason why I play it, but I go for these ones first because I want some damage and extra stats. So I mentioned if you want to go for this, there is an option for it because all damage can ignite. So ignite deals damage over time based on the fire damage. Oh, that's not a really good description. So ignite. So I'm going to type in PoE Wiki ignite just so I can give you guys like the actual definition of ignite. So ignite is actually really good. So how ignite does it, it's, what is it, 90% of the base fire damage per second. So that's really, really good. So, I mean, if you think about it, that's 90% times 4, which is, what is that in the math? 90 times 4, and 360% of the damage, but it is over time. I will eventually get this, not for necessarily this, but it's because I want the sword that when you do ignite, it gives you a frenzy charge, and then we have a separate way to play, which is my melee build, because like I said, Elementalist is like one of the classes where you can do literally so much with it because it just scales from like damage into so many things. I like Bastion of Elements. What does it do? Well, you can't take reflected damage. On these maps we're going to be doing, they have some sort of things where it's like you take reflected damage and you will literally one-shot yourself, and it's like one of the worst things that a beginner player like faces. It disables other Aegis skills. That doesn't matter at all. And then also Primal Aegis can take 75 damage per allocated notable passive skill. What does this mean? Well, we're going to go ahead and put in the points, and I will show you what it does. So we're going to have the shield. This shield absorbs 1725 damage. That's like half of our HP, right? This is huge. And this just restores itself, and it's any elemental damage that you take, the shield takes the damage before yourself. It's the primary reason why I love Elementalist, and that's why I like it. So, there we go. And so we got to the end game, and then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to talk to Lily, and we're going to actually sail to the actual end game. But I'll upload another part that explains the end game, because the end game is not just do more campaign. The end game needs to be explained. I'll explain in the next one. But congratulations if you made it this far. Honestly, the completion rate of Path of Exile in terms of like doing like the end game bosses that we're about to do is actually 0.1% for the Steam achievement. So Congratulations, you made it here. I would say a lot of players don't even make it to this part. Like, you maybe like a very few percentage of players made it. So congratulations if you did. This game's awesome, but it's not done yet. There's so many more cool things to discover and so many more things. I mean, we still have another Ascendancy to go over, which we will do, and there's more things to talk about, but I'll show you guys that on the next part of our play session. But congratulations, you made it here. Honestly, this game is hard. It really is. I know I made it look pretty easy, but I'm playing this game for a long time. But anyways, I'll see you guys in what will be the endgame part 1, but it's the start of the endgame, which will be part 11 of our playthrough. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Drop a like and well. I'll see you guys in the endgame very soon. Peace.